Good morning. This week, Wendy and I have been talking about how all of us have the power to show kindness to the stranger. And even the littlest things really can make a difference. Ever since we talked about her, she talked about in her sermon on Sunday, the widow of Sidon, and having a little meal, a little water to share with the prophet Elisha, and how it blessed him, and she had no idea how it would come back to bless her. We started thinking that really there's all things that we can do is something is a smile. A smile really is an act of kindness. And when you give people your attention and a smile, what a difference it can make. We all have the power to do something kind. I got to hearing a story this week about a boy named Nathan Adams. Nathan lives in New York with his mom, Angela. It turns out that he wanted to have a business, a job this summer, but he's only 14 years old, and he found no one would hire him because of his age. And so he went to his mom and said, then how about you help me start my own business, and we'll call it the Lawn Kid. You see, he loved mowing grass. It was his grandfather who taught him how to mow grass, and he loved doing it, and so he thought, I'll just start my own business. It's actually done very well. But then he thought, back in February, his grandfather passed away. And it was his grandfather who had taught him how to mow a yard and inspired this joy of mowing grass. And so in the midst of starting his own business, he also decided he wanted to bless life. And so he came up with the idea that to honor his grandfather, he wanted to mow 50 yards of 50 veterans for free. And so he started putting the word out. If you're a veteran, I would love to mow your yard for free. He wasn't sure if he could find 50 veterans there in his community up in New York, but they started coming in. He's now mowed 24. He's been having a good time doing it, but he's been putting out the word in lots of other places. While he got the business going, though, and started mowing these yards for veterans, the mower he had died. Now, he and his mom are not people of means. Some people would have just quit. But he was determined to figure out what to do. He was talking to some other people. How could he have enough money to buy a mower? And a friend there in the community actually worked at Lowe's. And when she told the story to her boss at Lowe's, they donated him a new lawnmower and a weed eater and a blower. He has nicer lawn equipment than he's ever had before. And his company is booming with all the jobs that he has to do. But at the same time, so are the veterans. He's now mowed 24 yards, and he can see it coming. People have asked him, so what are you going to do when you get to 50 yards? Is that then the end? And he said, no, if I can get to 50 yards, then I'll set a goal for 100 to honor my grandfather. And if I get to 100, I'll set a goal for 1,000. You see, I intend to never stop. I want to honor those who have helped to have us to be free. What an incredible kid at 14 years old. He found out what he can do. He can mow somebody's yard. And what a kind thing. You know, and Paul tells us in his letter to the Romans, the 12th chapter, the 10th verse, he says, love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing kindness. We all can outdo one another in showing kindness. Wendy made the suggestion yesterday that this week you and I make sure that every time we encounter a cashier, whether checking out with our groceries or wherever, we take the time to look them in the eye, not to be on our phone, but to look them in the eye, to say thank you, and to wish them a good day. Whether you're wishing a good day to a cashier, whether you're mowing the yard of a veteran, no matter how young or how old, we all have the power to truly bless the lives of others. I hope you have fun today finding the way that you can go out and share God's love and bring hope in this world. Have a good day.